to just take the knife off the back of the tractor so I can clean the barn first. As I've shown before, we just set it on this pallet. Next you got to hook up to the manure spreader over here and pull that around to the barn. As I pull this around, it's a good time for a weather update. The past week or so, it's been, oh, I don't know, in the 40s, 30s, and all of a sudden today it is only, where did I put my phone? It's only 19 degrees outside right now. And then tomorrow it's supposed to get back up into the 30s and 40s, so the cattle are lowing. I need to sweep up their silage. Before I start with cleaning barn, I'll introduce you to the newest addition to the farm. Jewel had a baby girl last night. She's been yelling and yelling and yelling. You'll get your milk. You'll get your milk. But I don't believe she has a name yet. So if you have a good name idea for her, put it in the comments and we'll read through them. Ever since Lydia got married and left, we're shorted on ideas for names. Lydia was very good with cows' names. I'm not, and I guess my parents aren't either, so yeah, if you have a good name, put it in the comments. Before I clean barn, there's preparation I have to do. I typically only ever show the barn when it's very clean in here, but realistically it does get dirty and we have to clean it up. So I need to scrape the aisle and then go up behind the cows and clean any manure out of their stalls, and then they kick bedding back into the gutter too, so I go along with a fork and fork that back up into their stalls for bedding too. Watch. Alright, we're looking a lot more respectable now. Got everything cleaned up. Oh, forgot to flip this grate back. Alright, now we're ready to turn the barn cleaner on. We just have this breaker box over here. This one says barn cleaner. So we flip that breaker on. And thankfully we're moving. Sometimes, well, very rarely, sometimes if the belt out there is wet on the barn cleaner head, it'll just slip, it won't turn on, and that's when you know that you're kinda, well, you're in for a ride. So the barn cleaner is about halfway done emptying, which means I need to move the spreader forward a little bit because our spreader is not large enough to take all of the manure right in one spot. So I have to come out to the tractor about midway through and move it ahead. After the gutters are empty, George comes through with just some soybean bedding, just stalks from soybeans, and puts that in the gutter for bedding. That way we don't have slurry on these paddles, which would be very hard for these to carry out. Plus it's just cleaner. Just cleaner and nicer. Right, Annie? Right, Annie? Yes. Yes. Alright, gutters are all clean, so I need to go haul the manure. And George needs to bed the gutters. It costs
$150 an hour to be on camera, so...
$150 an hour to be on camera?
Yeah, timer's counting now, buddy boy.
Well, let's see, if it's $150 an hour, I have about 10 seconds of you and counting, so...
I have no clue how many seconds are in there. What, 86,400 in a day divided by 24?
You're being filmed.
I'm not
better do the
wizard.
math quickly.
What do you mean?
I'm not doing
filmed.
the math.
You better
either.
bring out your wallet, buddy boy.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get going then. Well, now that we're underway, I'll talk about where we're taking this today. Taking it all the way to the Woods Hayfield, furthest field away from the barnyard as possible. But we've just run out of fields to haul it in down here, so that's where it's going. But to get up there, we need to go up a very steep trail that we have, and there's no proper drainage for that trail, so it's very bumpy right now, and we have to fix it yearly or even a couple times a year because the erosion from water running down the hill. You should have a drainage ditch right next to the hill, but we don't, so the road really is the drainage ditch, so the erosion's terrible. Alright, this is what we're working with. Very rocky, bumpy hill, and you can see the erosion in the wheel tracks. Not the nicest to be taking a tractor and a spreader load of manure up, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get where you gotta go. But we're starting our trek up through the woods, and then up here there's a corner. Let's go up further, and then another corner, and then we'll be up on the open pasture. Rounding the first bend, there's a trail that goes down there to another field in the back corner of the property. And now the road just got a whole lot steeper going up this way. This road is also eroded by water, but not as bad. So, getting a short break from the bumps. This trail is obviously a lot more beautiful during the summer when there are leaves on the trees, but you can imagine. Now we're on the final leg of the hill, coming up to what we call the L hill because of the L shape of the hill, which you can get a get an idea of in a second here. You can see that is where we used to drive, and it has been completely eroded by water, which there's no real way to fix it easily, because the water should shut off right off the hill there, but the wheel tracks made a perfect ditch for water to run in during big rainstorms. So we're on this straight part, and then we have a big corner here, and the pasture continues going up that way. So just a big shape of an L, which is why we call it the L hill. So what you see behind me right now is just a cow pasture during the summer. It looks very unimpressive right now because of just the nature of winter, brown dead grass and no leaves on the trees, but it does look quite nice during the summer. We've reached the woods hayfield where I've been hauling manure. So I can get in my row here and lift the gate, which is very broken at this point, but still gotta lift it. And turn the spreader on. That was eventful. This is where we keep all of the bales that we make up here in the summer. I just back up there with the bale wrapper and just dump them right where they're sitting. And then Lydia came up here and drew faces on them. The faces on them, believe it or not, actually do help keep hawks from landing on them and poking holes in the bales, which would of course lead them to spoil because it would break the airtight seal of the plastic. Now the spreader is emptying itself out. Every night I leave here, I grab a bale and bring it with me. So tonight, this is the chosen one. Well, I'm on my way back home now with the spreader. It's emptying itself out the rest of the way, and I was thinking about filming myself bringing in a bale and splitting that in the barn, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that tonight and close the video out here. I think I have enough film for tonight. Just keep it a little bit shorter and a little bit simpler, but I think that's gonna be about it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And That'd really help me out. That's gonna be about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.